Welcome back everyone, it's Evan57 here. We are back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One, and the video is a little bit late, but multiple people have requested that I do one on how to farm, quote-unquote, the Masquerade of Liars, which is the current event, the Halloween event. Now, the reason why I say quote-unquote farm is because there's not really a super fun, good way to farm this event. Pretty much, I guess, the reason why everybody wants to farm it is because they want this wandering scarecrow, which is relatively hard to get because you have to get one of each of these permanent masks. So there's 6 permanent masks. You have to get one of each of those to be able to get the wandering scarecrow. And the only thing that it really does is its active bonus is 105 armor pen and 105 recovery, so decent for certain classes, but not really that great. There's much better companions, and for actually having it summoned, it's also not that great, and doesn't really look that great either. So personally, I don't see anything that I really like other than the Masquerade die pack, which is the black, yellow, and orange die, or well, it just says black and orange, but it seems to have some hints of yellow in it as well. So that's mainly what I'm going for, but I went ahead and did the video anyways to basically give you the tips and tricks and the rundown on this event. It is a little bit different from what you might find on PC because there was an item on PC that basically you could trade for, and it doesn't exist on console, and they might have taken it off of PC as well. So I know the Wikipedia is wrong on that. But basically you'll have 3 quests that you can do each day per character: Lure of Liars, and Trade for Treats, which is trading Liar's charms for the Masquerade tokens. Doing those quests will reward you with more Masquerade tokens. It's pretty simple though. You'll find these Masquerade illusionists. You'll have to walk up to them, press A, and it'll say trade Liar's charm for Masquerade token. This is where it's different on the PC because you actually got a different item. I believe it was called a bag of treats when you did this. So you go ahead and you do that, and you get a Masquerade token. As you'll see, I have these little Liar's charms. They are bound to character. Now, you'll notice these jack-o'-lanterns, and some of them have the little sparkles on them. They're scattered around Protector's Enclave. If you have 5 or less of those, you can interact with those and search them to get either temporary masks or more Liar's tokens. So that's what those things are there for. Plus, they look really cool. Personally, I like Protector's Enclave like this. You can see how the moon is kind of destroyed and everything. I like it much better this way compared to what it normally looks like. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to wander around Protector's Enclave. And not as much wander, per se. There are some of the rogue illusionist, or Masquerade illusionist, I should say, that are in different places. They're not always in the same place. They're wandering ones. But for the most part, they're stationary. So basically, you make the rounds. Now, for the quest, you only have to talk to 5 of them. You can continue to talk to the rest of them. And this is why I say that there isn't really necessarily a good way to farm it. Because some of the illusionists will only let you interact with them 1 time per day per character, or per time that you have the quest, and then they won't do any more trades with you. It's kind of weird that way. I haven't exactly figured out why. I've tried changing instances and things like that, but nothing seems to make a difference on that. Sometimes they'll let you trade with them again, and sometimes they won't, but there's definitely a whole hell of a lot more than the 5 of them that you need for the quest. As you can see, I just completed the quest, and I still haven't even gone around Protector's Enclave all the way. Come on, let me interact with you there. And they'll take all different forms. They'll take, Valindra's form, the Black Ice Beholder form, all kinds of crazy things. So, as far as the event goes, I don't like the rewards, but the event is really cool, though, nevertheless. It does help if you have a faster mount. If you don't have a faster mount, not a big deal. You're not at a super disadvantage because they're really not that hard to find. They're pretty much look for the thing that stands out, that's out of place here. And I think we have one more rogue illusionist. I might be missing a couple of the ones that are wandering around only because I'm not going to go search for them. Next thing that you need to do, I'm going to actually track the quest because it's been in 2 different places for me. So I'm going to make that a little bit easier by tracking the quest here. And basically, come on, let me actually track it. There's going to be one person you have to go and talk to. And he's usually in the same spot all the time. Usually. But I've noticed him in 2 different spots now. Also, sometimes with these masquerade illusionists, they will actually be, when they transform into a different mask, per se, you'll be able to trade another Liars token with them. It doesn't seem to be consistent on that aspect, but it's definitely worth trying. So for the second quest that's going to reward you with another 5 of those tokens, you'll come over here to the Moonstone Mask. There's another illusionist that I'll go ahead and trade with for yet another token. And you have to go inside the building to do the quest. There'll be one more quest once you turn in these 2 quests. So basically 3 per day that you can do per character. Each one rewards 5 of the Masquerade tokens. So there's 15 tokens there that you can get. It doesn't necessarily make sense the way that they did it, because at 15 tokens for each day, it's now nowhere near enough tokens to get what you need to get that scarecrow, that wandering scarecrow. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't exactly been able to pinpoint on what is why I can actually trade more Liars tokens with some of the illusionists than just one. It seems to be totally random, and it's a little weird and a little annoying that way. But considering there's not really much there that I want, other than, I mean, if I got, say, 200 tokens, I'd be happy, so that I could get dye for all my gear. Now, you'll notice that here's that Masquerade illusionist. He changed forms, and I still can't interact with him again. So, just showing you that, you know, I could only trade with that one time. Even though in my inventory I still have 10 of those Liars tokens. So now, going to go back to the regular part of Protector's Enclave. It's a little bit annoying that you gotta teleport to the Moonstone Mask and back, but I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. We'll see, because you actually have to go through a loading screen, which is very, very weird. But if any of the rogue illusionists on my path, I keep calling them rogue illusionists, my bad. Looking at the companions too much. But if any of these Masquerade illusionists I can trade with again, okay, this guy I can trade with again. So, see, no rhyme or reason to the ones that you can trade with multiple times. This person I can't trade with anymore. It's just kind of weird. Now, you can always try changing instances, logging out and then logging back in, anything like that. But then turn in the 2 quests, and you'll get a 3rd quest. I actually already have it, among too many other quests that I just haven't done for today, but it's a Gathering Lies, and basically you have to get a Liar's Charm from outside of Protector's Enclave. Relatively easy to do. You have to kill enemies that are close to your level. If you are level 70 though, don't worry, because you can simply go to an area like the Drowned Shore where it actually lowers your character level to the area level. And basically, as long as you're like within 7 levels then of the enemy that you're fighting, they should drop it for you. And the drop table is pretty quick for it. I should be able to get one within about 6 kills. We'll see if it drops that quickly for me. But that's basically how you would actually farm, per se, is to go through and kill enemies. There we go. Liar's Charm actually on the 3rd kill. So let's say that you were able to trade with the masquerading illusionists multiple times, each one. then you would want to basically just kill a crap ton of enemies to get the Liars charms, and then go ahead and trade them. That's honestly the best advice on that I could give you. The masks are all fashion items, so personal preference on that one. The only one that I really like is the jack-o'-lantern one. The rest of them not so much, and that's just personal preference because I really don't wear the fashion set that often. I pretty much always wear my combat armor, but if you like wearing a fashion set, then you might want to go for one of the masks. I literally missed a couple days of doing the quest because, as you guys know, I've been on Halo 5, and hopefully you've seen some of the videos for that. And if you haven't, you'll go check them out because it's actually a pretty awesome game. And I'd like to see a good number of my subscribers check out that game as well. But basically, I had about 35 Masquerade tokens when I started, and now I actually have 64. So you get, at least about 30 of them is what you can get per day. At least what I've been able to get per day. Now, like I said, you can try and find the Masquerade illusionists again and interact with them. This guy changed forms, but he's one of the wandering ones, so he'll actually let me interact with him again. I'll go check the rest of the ones down there by the market. But basically, you can do that, keep changing instances, and try. Not 100% sure on why you can trade with them and not with others. It might also be you can only trade with them once while they're in a particular form, because like I haven't traded with that spider yet today, so I was actually able to trade with her. So it's weird. It's just very, very weird. Another Masquerade illusionist normally hangs out around here. That's a form that I haven't seen. This Onion Knight one, well, looks like an Onion Knight, but he's got a jack-o'-lantern for a head. So basically, that's what you can do. Now, it's kind of proving me wrong at the moment and letting me trade again with all those people since I changed instances. Sorry about that. So you might just be able to keep doing that. Write down what instance you were in, and then change to another instance and repeat the process. This guy wouldn't let me trade with him when I came by the first time. Now he'll actually let me trade with him. So I have no idea. It's really weird. And even the wiki doesn't have anything on why these guys will let you trade with them sometimes and not with others. But as you can see, I literally traded probably another 4 or 5 tokens. I'll show you the exact amount here in a second. And that would be how, if you wanted to get the mask, you would. Yeah, I actually traded another 6 tokens. So technically, yeah, you can go ahead and farm, kill enemies for the Liars charms, and then keep changing instances to get trading them out for the actual Masquerade tokens. Hopefully you found the video helpful. If you have any questions, comments, leave a comment. Otherwise, smash the like button and remember to subscribe for more content. I will see you on future Neverwinter videos and hopefully on Halo 5. Thank you very much.